Oh God, try to eat my face. I'll show you. Try to eat this. Here, have some axe. Have some axe. Oh, I'm not a treat. I'm not a snack. I'm not a little tidbit you can nibble on.
The fire crackles. The land is covered in mist. Night is soon to fall upon me. This calmness cannot hold. And with an ungodly shriek from shredded lungs, I am signaled that survival horrors are about to fall upon me. I must scan the land and spy where they shall come from. They shall come like a flood of ooky, nasty, stumbling things. Kind of like when you find old jam in a jar and you just spin the spoon about a bit, try to get it out, but it doesn't really smoothly come out of the jar. It kind of like sludges and like blorps onto the table and the toast and the counter, and it's not what you wanted, but it's what you've gotten. And this is what I've gotten. Shambling undead coming towards me, for me, aching to fill themselves with me. Oh, the aching. But I shall fill them with my pointy sticks of pointiness, for they are undead ass. And I spent a lot of time building this, making pointy things to puncture themselves with. Now that they are crashing against my fancy kind of log base, sort of open layout design thing, the undead stumble down the bank into the pit of spikes, much like a budget clown after a child's birthday party. Kidding. It's not actually a pit of spikes, it's more of a trough. Well, actually, not much of a trough. It's like 4 troughs that circle the base, so it's more like a moat of spikes. Anyways, as they stumble down the bank, I figure, hey, let's shoot them in the legs with arrows, and maybe I can trip them, and they'll fall face first in the spikes, and that would leave me a very, 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 very. There's one of those flying wasp motherfuckers. Very, 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 very. Cop zombie exploded. You could see his head up in the air. Now, where was I? Very, 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 very. How much video do I have left now? Fuck, 8 minutes, Jesus. Very, 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 very satisfied. Because a punctured undead is a good undead. Also good is an undead that's choked back on a pipe bomb and it's got a rumbly and it's tumbly. And as it explodes, parts flying through the air, it thinks, oh bother. Much like a cruel Winnie the Pooh that stopped eating honey and decided to eat flesh. Because really, Christopher Robin, that rabbit, Piglet, they're just all hanging around. They were just gambling with their lives. Hanging around in a bear's house is very irresponsible. Possibly what the moral of the story of Winnie the Pooh actually is. Don't let anybody chill out with a bear with a singular fixation of consumption. Not consumption, the sickness, but of consuming things. For you are merely walking meals. You are not meals and wheels unless you've got, a bike. You're like meals and loafers, or meals and sneakers, or meals and whatever sort of types of shoes they wore back then. Not that the rabbit or Piglet or Tigger would wear shoes. Well, meals on springs with Tigger. But possibly out of everybody, Tigger wouldn't actually get killed and eaten by Winnie the Pooh because he could just bounce the fuck out of there. But that would also be another sort of story. Don't put springs in tigers because they are uncatchable and they could provide much more of a serious threat than actual bears. And Eeyore, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are the first to go. You are a fucking sitting duck donkey. You're a sitting donkey. Enjoy the time in your tent while you can, because your days are numbered, my friend. Your days of depressing donkey business are numbered. I hope you have a calendar just so you see how few days you have left. Maybe it's 6, maybe it's 8, maybe it's 7, but you're a doomed donkey. Much like this doomed feral walker, except for the fact that they are actually the most difficult zombie to kill and 7 days to die, and it's actually possibly going to make my night very shitty. I just have to survive the remainder of this horde, and clearly throwing pipe bombs at them has been a fantastic strategy to rapidly landscape the surrounding area and irritate the motherfuckers. I'm throwing pipe bombs here going, hey, how about less dirt flying in the air and more limbs? Is it too much to ask for some viscera to sail through the air like a baby bird, or maybe chunks of gore painting the night sky with a pattern much like geese will be in a V-shape pattern to migrate? I'm just here throwing pipe bombs, asking for some guts or kidneys to migrate from the zombies over on the bank to all over the pavement to my right. Not a huge request. Not a huge request. Can we get somebody on that, please? Is there a Gore, Gibbs, Viscera, Aerodynamics, Physics section I could send a letter to? Maybe a nice little message like, hey, how you doing? You know, you're doing good, but I just got a few ideas and suggestions, and Gore, Aerodynamics, and Viscera simulation. Okay, good. I'll get somebody on that. Much like the feral walker and his buddy cop have gotten on to smashing the very ground I'm standing upon. So many zombies have waddled through the spikes, so now they're making like their best Monty Mole, and they're smashing the dirt, coming for the claw. And by Jove, if it doesn't prove to be a successful tactic. So I'm just gonna put a couple of explosive red barrels in their way, maybe back up to safe distance and wait for the right moment to ignite them. Sure, it's going to destroy some of the bank, most of the bank, possibly all of the bank. There might be no bank left. But goddamn if there isn't satisfaction exploding a barrel, causing a great big cop to explode and see his head pop off like a malfunctioning Pez dispenser. Oh great, look, there's a feral zombie crawling after me. I must have blown a shin off, causing a grave shinjury. So now the zombies have a path up onto my safe parking lot helicopter landing pad area for, you know, whenever 7 days to die adds in helicopters. That'd be pretty cool, or maybe even drones. But anyways, now I'm being pursued because they're in my safe place. My safe place I spent so much time making. No, so I know what I'll do. Just fucking leave.
And if you open something that closes, just like go to Mama Claw, to little Baby Claw, you know, and Baby Claw could get into the opening and closing parts of his life, you know, and just be pretty good if Mama Claw taught little Baby Claw what to do with zombies happening, but whatever, I'll deal with it. Look at me dealing. Dealing looks a lot like running around right now, but if you look closely, it also features some puncture therapy. Inaccurate puncture therapy. Just to be clear that it's not confused with acupuncture. So we got a barfy cop doing his cop barfy thing and a feral crawler crawling in the big spikes. I'd say I think I've actually got the situation pretty well in hand. Things are looking pretty. Oh, that's some barf in my face, stinging my eyes and making me bleed. That's alright. I wasn't using that unobscured vision for a damn thing. I don't mind. Oh, but it was so worth it to see you run and then explode. And look at this little guy with the can-do attitude. I'm just gonna crawl in the spikes. Spikes are bad for me, but I'm a feral walker and I don't give a shit because half of my genetics are honey badger. I don't know what would happen if a honey badger actually turned into a zombie, but it would be a bad thing, much like what I'm seeing here.
Alright, honey badger, feral zombie, crawler. That's an interesting unlife choice you've made there, but I guess I have to kind of respect your unlife choice, except for the— No shit, there's another one, and the door is gone, and he didn't close the door behind— Yeah, fuck you, B, I close the door, show you how it's done. Jeez! So, okay, I'm just gonna shoot you out of the air. I'm just gonna shoot you out of the air. I'm just gonna— Come here so I can ask you a question. I'm just gonna fuck— yeah. There you go. There you go, crazy bee zombie. Oh, I just get that. Crazy bullshit I fucking get now what Nicolas Cage was talking about thing. Oh, and here comes your buddy, the creepy crawly. Well, let's see what I can do with this. Just gotta lower him in the position. Yeah, use that sweet, tasty claw as bait. He's like crawling for the claw. He's like, I'm gonna give me some of that claw. Just put this barrel here and just gonna wait. Oh yeah, the tastiness of the claw knows no resistance. You gotta, it smells of that claw. I think I'm gonna go get a piece of me of that. No, jeez, buddy. Look what you're doing. It's like you're trying to play in the snow, like you're a toddler, but you don't know how to. It's just, I know what could help you. I think it is a job for another red barrel. I could help you up good. Oh, shit. You climbed on it. You know, you might be undead scum, but at least you're undead scum with f***ing gourmet taste. And now if we could only add a gourmet cherry on top by putting a gourmet arrow through your gourmet skull. Or get you crawling on some dynamite. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, you just crawl on that and yeah, see, look, science fact confirmed. Dynamite can f*** up snow. And now just one more and yeah, got you right where I want you and hole in one. But it's best to be sure. You know, it's really best to be sure. I just want to make sure that after I get the sweet loots, I need to make sure this guy is down, he stays down. You just stay there and just go to sleep. Just stay sleepy. Don't mind the crazy thing that happened to your neck. But just, yeah, that was a good empty feral walker. You're a good empty feral walker. Yeah, go sleepy, boy. You won't even notice this barrel. It's just gonna warm you up. You know, you're sleeping out in the snow. This little barrel kind of help keep you warm and snuggly and snuggled in a little buggle like a little local buggle. I want you to know that if I could blend up your body into a power shake, drink it, and then piss it off a cliff, I wouldn't because that's crazy and dangerous, but I would find somebody who would. And speaking of finding somebody, let's see what just happened to my poor base with all your douchebag friends. And no douchebag friends over there. Spikes are pretty good. No douchebag friends over there. Spikes are pretty good. I miss my door. I love that door. Me and that door, we had plans. We had plans to have a life together. Much banging and slamming and banging and knocking and knock jokes and I am the one who knocks jokes. It was a serious thing and you have ruined that and I'll never forgive you for that. You have rendered my feelings meaningless, much like a piss in a rainstorm or a fart in a house fire, or the future of this crazy underground stuck shadow dog. Time for a strategic extraction of El Mutus Midnightus. Now you see the trick is knowing just the right amount of red barrels to use to ensure extraction is successful. Because you never want to use too much, nor too little. To reference a quote from the 90s classic Hudson Hawk, Fifi, ball, but in this case, it's a fireball. And the Fifi is a shithead undead shadowhound. Good God, I love the smell of exploded undead dog parts, various amounts of soil, asphalt, as well as copious amounts of gasoline and flammable substances in the morning. It's really the best way to start your day if your day happens to be one of the 7 days to die, which if you think about it is the entire week, so you could die any day. So any day is a great day to start with huge dog explosions. I guess it don't only have to be dogs. But undead explosions. Blowing up some trees is cool too. As well as dirt. I've blown up a lot of dirt. It's satisfying. But good grief, look at the tunnel that these dogs carved. It's like dogs gotta dig. I got a bad feeling what I'm gonna find when I go looking in there. And oh great, wonderful. I was right about something being terrible. But I know what'll fix this dog's little red wagon. Some little red barrel action. And let's ignite it with a stick of dynamite because this extermination situation has an infatuation with complication. And look at the dirt clods fly. They shoot out the hole like they're at the bottom of the Zuma Batuba about to splash down the kiddie pool at some sort of lawn and garden themed amusement park. Huh. Oh, look. The barrels, they're still there. Miscalculation? Okay, alright, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just like, I'll climb back up here and I'll just go around. I'll find a much better point of view from which to obliterate this dog. Okay, I'll hide, but no, okay, I won't hide behind this tree. Okay, tree. I got a thing to be doing here. I'm trying to shoot some okay, I'm just gonna also you grass and just I'm so mad right now. I'll punch a tuft of weed into nothingness. I'm drawing a bead on the barrels and let's light this puppy up. Literally. And now I saunter cautiously into the crater I just punched into the planet to make sure that this puppy has passed on and then harvest its undead puppy goodness for parts. Bones, animal fat, hide. It'd be great if Reese's Pieces could be harvested from undead puppies, but I have yet to come across a species that has that particular attribute. And with my grisly task completed, I retreat to the sunlight and seek a reprieve. But much to my horror, I find another dog. Armed with merely a bone shiv, I switch to my arrow on equal footing without the benefit of elevation. I have no hopes for this battle, and indeed, after surviving the 7th day Horde, I am shuffled off this mortal coil by one pissed off puppy. I can't even be mad